It's another edition of Letter Media Live on this 16th of October. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm Dan Ramey. He's Mike Smith. We are black and blue today. Look at us.
Does that mean we're halfway through the month already?
We're bruised, yes.
Wow.
It's a cruising for a bruising, as it was. There was a bruising for a cruising.
Cruising for a bruising.
That's right. I always get those backwards. Also here today,
there he is.
Mr. Hand 2.
The Geico caveman. Doesn't he look like it? Only he wears glasses where the caveman does not. Oh, golly. I got to get my swings in.
Yes. Coming up in just a moment, details on news you can use. There was a statement made today that we're going to be looking at here this morning, and a lot of folks have wondered the question, so we're going to at least give you what the response was coming up here shortly. But first, let's take a look at how the forecast is laid out for us today.
Only one change in the forecast compared to yesterday, and that's for the weekend. More sunshine through Friday with daytime highs of 65. I don't mind telling you, when I left here yesterday, I didn't have a jacket. I was kind of chilly. Sun was behind the clouds, and it was just, now when the sun came out, it was much better.
Let me take that a step further. Went to get my hair cut today, and Bill Harbert rode his motorcycle to work this morning. He said it was a little brisk, but keep in mind, on his motorcycle, it only takes him about 4 minutes to get to work.
It wakes him up for the job.
Yeah.
Low 40s for the overnight lows. Now they're talking about more rain Sunday than compared to Saturday, although just an outside shot of rain later in the evening on Saturday.
And, of course, it's Pumpkin Show and Fall Festival of Leaves weather. You have to be ready for it to be a little chilly at some point in time. And that's like watching all the Miss Pumpkin Show stuff last night and seeing people wearing their jackets. It's normal. It's normal despite the comfortable weather we had earlier in the day yesterday. All right, coming up in a moment, news is next. But first, let's tell you about the Skag clearance sale going on now at Hometown Motors Incorporated, where they have lost their minds because the prices are so low. These Skag, and they're going out the door like crazy. There was a large inventory that they had, and it continues to dwindle thanks to the low prices. So you better hurry in, get it in, because once the clearance inventory is gone, so are the low prices with them. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Stop in at Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. Give them a call, 740-773-8826 for more info. Hometown Motors Incorporated is your store for the great outdoors.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Nowhere else to roam.
Who sang that?
Was it one of the...
We're talking about the song Going Home.
Was it the Gaithers?
No, the song I'm thinking of, I thought was a popular top 40 hit.
Oh, well, there was one, but not the way you were singing it.
Something.
The way you were singing it was the gospel song.
Going Home, yeah. I'll have to look that up.
Wasn't it like an American Idol contestant?
No, this was years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Back in the 70s, I think.
these meetings that we have off the air carry over into on the air.
Somebody says something and it sparks a memory. Hey, do you remember seeing, or do you remember that?
And two old guys, we can't lay off of it.
That happens, man. When you get old, it's like, I remember when. See, Aaron's got so much youth, he doesn't have any memories yet. All he remembers is picking his nose when he was in elementary school. That was a big deal back in those days.
Is that big? That's how there were a lot of broken fingers. From
that and eating paste. Did you ever eat paste in elementary?
I don't.
That was a thing when I was in school.
I did.
Eating paste.
I did catch someone eating something that they were pulling out of their nostril one time.
Really?
I did see that.
Yeah. Paste was a big thing that snacked on in elementary school.
Good golly, that was 55 years ago, and it still stuck with me.
What stuck with you? The paste?
No, the other paste.
Yeah, I got you. Beneficial news that you can use.
Let's
That's
get right
why
to
we're here. Yeah, day one of the 2025 Circleville Pumpkin Show drew to a close last night after the crowning of Olivia Gonzalez, a Circleville High School student. She's the new Miss Pumpkin Show. That's the photo on the right in the middle. First attendant is Elena King. That is Elena King of New Hope. She's on the left. And on the right is first attendant Molly Miller. Now, earlier in the day yesterday at the Little Miss Pumpkin Show.
And Miller's from Logan Elm.
Did I say not?
You did not say that.
Okay,
no.
I thought it did. First attendant is Madison Stidham. The queen is Allie Ratliff. And the second attendant is the Aspen Kordak. I did this judging for the Little Miss one year, and I thought they were going to tear me apart when we came off the judge's stand. Yeah.
That is why I MC these pageants. I don't want to be involved with being a judge ever again.
I've never been asked back. But I was not the only judge. There was more than one of us.
Well, and it's the toughest thing to do. I mean, they usually have 38 kids or so, and it's difficult to. They all look so cute.
Oh yeah, and they're all winners in our book. Yeah,
exactly.
Certainly.
Give them all a ribbon. The city of Chillicothe and Green Township officially approved the Joint Economic Development District agreement with Cohen Orthopedic. In the coming weeks, Green Township and Cohen Orthopedic will finalize the tax increment financing agreement, which will fund construction of critical infrastructure on the site. That's roads, sewer, also retention ponds, etc. Dr. Brian Cohen made this official in his statement today on his Facebook page. The JEDD provides new tax revenue streams for both the township and the city, revenue that isn't available anywhere else outside the limits of Ross County. That is the city limits in Ross County. Construction could begin as early as 2026, and this photo is from an interview that we did with Brian Cohen originally back in 2023 when the plans were put into place and everyone saw the sign out there wondering when's it going to be because it said coming fall of 2024. Well, we were almost done with 25, so he addressed some of those and what some of the red tape has been in a statement in response to someone who asking, when is this thing going to be built?
Yeah.
And apparently they are in the final phases of this. So we wanted to share that news with you because it's beneficial news you can use.
And that original interview that Dan did 2 years ago is in our website story with Dr. Cohen's statement from today at littermedia.com. Eric Cox of Integrated Services was our special edition guest this morning. We kind of gave you a heads up on this earlier in the week that the Integrated Services has an Adopt a Teen for the Holidays program, and Eric gives us an explanation on why.
What I'm working on is taking those referrals and those names and matching them up with one of our teens, and we'll send out a wish list. And you know, I've been looking at some of the wish lists, and these kids aren't asking for Xboxes and things. The wish lists are maybe a hoodie, a pair of jeans, socks, those kind of things. And we just got a big donation of wireless headphones, and every teenager around here needs a pair of wireless headphones, whether it be for school or just hanging out at home. So, you know, those are the things that we're looking for, and we're asking our community partners to help us with and connect these teens and get them a special Christmas, because, you know, teens are often the ones that get overlooked and get left behind, and you know, we don't want any kid feeling that way.
And that entire interview with Eric can be found on our Litter Media Facebook as well as our YouTube site.
On Saturday, it's the Knights of Columbus, Council 15793, hosting their drive-through food distribution. That's 10 a.m. until 11:30 behind St. Peter Church on the corner of Church and Water Streets here in Chillicothe. Ross County residents in need of food are invited to enter the parking lot using the Church Street entrance and exit onto Water Street. Additionally, diapers and baby formula will also be available while supplies last.
Now, the National Drug Take-Back Day that's sponsored by DEA, that's Drug Enforcement Agency, this is scheduled for October the 25th from 10 to 2. Now, this is taking place in communities all across the United States. You might see some social media posts about it being in a particular area, like here in Ross County, Fayette County, Circleville, and so forth, but this is going on everywhere. Most of the communities do this at their area law enforcement agencies. Although there's some examples, I think in Fayette County, they do it at a local Kroger store. A lot of this is like if you have old prescription medications in your house and you're no longer using them, don't leave those around. Don't flush them down the commode. It's best to have them destroyed. You don't want young people getting into meds that can be harmful to them. So the drug take-back is the best way to handle that. Call your local law enforcement agency, and they'll tell you where their DEA National Drug Take-Back Day is for the 25th.
Kids like it, dentists like it, because if you put the candy out there, next thing you know, kids are going to come into the dentist office, right? Mm-hmm. The Garden Family Advocacy Center will conduct their Trunk or Treat for kids. It's October 25th from 2 until 4 p.m. This is something that's always fun for the kids. I've never been to a trunk or treat before. I imagine it's total chaos. A bunch of kids running around in different costumes and people handing them from the backs of their car, all kinds of, and while they say don't take candy from strangers, in this instance, it's okay because they have partnered with some great companies and resources to make this event happen. Again, that's October 25th. That's a Saturday from 2 until 4 p.m. And I think that's also the same day that is the Halloween parade downtown, and the city will be doing its downtown Chillicothe. So there's plenty of candy gathering. But if you saw on that poster, it is going to take place at the Chillicothe Pediatrics out on Hospital Road. And I believe that's, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that the one out by Chillicothe Carpet and Buckeye State Bank, I believe, is built a location out there
you got
on Hospital Road. So used to be where Dr. Mowry and Dr. Bean were.
Yeah.
So
now, Liberty Township in Ross County, they are also having a Halloween party and trunk or treat, but their event is on October the 30th. And as you can see there, the trunk or treat is from 6 to 7 p.m. Aaron, you might want to check this out. Prize for best decorated car.
Ooh.
Site.
Car.
Yeah. Decorate your car like the Munsters or something.
Okay.
He's speechless. I suppose you haven't never seen the Munsters either.
I've seen the Addams Family. Those were on at the same time, weren't they?
Roughly. But they had a special car that the Munsters drove that's really unique.
I know the Munsters theme song.
Okay. Very good. He's with us. Speaking of scary things.
Partly.
I like Munster cheese. That's really good.
Spelling. There's an E in that one, I think. Yeah. Next to the U.
Reminder, the Chillicothe Agape Fellowship Church is hosting their Visions of Hell. This is the 30th season for this program. And there you see our buddy Beelzebub. He's actually nicer than what he puts on.
Yeah, the Beelzebub I know. He's not my buddy.
But this is taking place at the Chillicothe Agape Church on Deal Street on the east side of Chillicothe. And this is from the interview we did earlier. You can find all the details and why they do this available now on our YouTube channel. Check that out. Again, it's tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday in the evening time.
You had the bird out the morning.
Yeah. It was yesterday afternoon. I went out and I thought with all the conversation about all the intersection changes and the lane changes, I wanted to get a good look at this. You can see where the Head-in parking is now angled parking on Water Street. There are still some areas that still need to have lines painted on them. But look at that big turning lane in the middle. And this has already created some head scratching by a lot of people because they're confused on what you do when you get to the intersection. Because when you turn left, you're going to be in that middle lane, right? Well, it is a middle lane now, not two middle lanes. And you'll notice up at Yoctangi Parkway, they have closed off that turn where it's the built-in to the curve. That's no longer accessible. You actually have a turn lane now, so you have to go all the way up to the intersection to make your turn. And we have it looks like international crossing spaces there too. Up Yoctangi Boulevard or Parkway, you'll see the lanes for bicycle riding. So that's something new. There's always been some type of bicycle riding there, but now it is plainly marked for you. And it's supposed to be like this for when you go back Water Street as well for bikes. So when you're backing out, be extra cautious because bikes are supposed to also be using that one lane that people are driving in. You are not permitted to ride your bike on the sidewalk. Did you know that?
That's correct.
Down in the Dora area. And that extends all the way over to Bridge Street. So if you see somebody riding their bike on the sidewalk, you might mention it to them. And they may give you a look, but that's okay. You're educating them. And here's a look at paint and water. Isn't that beautiful? Mm-hmm. And here you see one of the schools that's taking kids home from school. But we drove all the way down with the flight. You can see where the temporary markings are for where they hope to finish all that painting up. I imagine they may have done it last night. But I decided to go down and take a look at North Mulberry Street, where they're doing all the brick pavements. Yep. That area has been atrocious for how long now? I drove a dip, and I thought my bumper was going to scrape when we drove through there. But as we take a look towards the north here, you can see where they have it closed off, and a lot of the brick has been removed, but there's a good number of brick right there at the start of the street. But where all the sinkhole was and all that kind of stuff, they have done what they can to level some of that out. They're probably going to have to use some filler and then put more paving bricks in there. And this will take us right to the Welcome Center, which is that empty space right there. This is all provided by that money from the Appalachian Grant. And this is where that used to be the bus garage for Chillicothe City Schools. So there you have it. We wanted to answer a lot of people's questions about this. What's it look like? I've heard about it. I'm hearing all this complaint. There you have it. And I'm still not sure about where the roundabout is supposed to go. The roundabout that I heard them decide upon, I thought was supposed to be at the intersection on the south side of Chillicothe High School. And I think that is, that's not Arch Street. It's the street south of Arch, I believe. And I think that's where it's, maybe it is Arch Street. But I want to say that's where the roundabout's supposed to go. I knew it was discussed that it would help slow down the traffic for the school as well. So, but I've heard other people say, well, it was going to be right there at the corner of Yoctangi and Water. I know that was part of the original plan.
I think they scratched that.
But I think that's been scratched, and I think they moved it up on Yoctangi Boulevard.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of roads and traffic, over in Hocking County, a resurfacing concrete repair project is taking place at the following locations in Nelsonville: Old U.S. Highway 33, East Canal Street, West Canal, West Washington, Burr Oak Boulevard, and Happy Hollow Road. Lane closures will be in place where work is occurring. Traffic will be detoured onto side streets through October the 31st, and that is in Nelsonville.
Yeah, it's not Happy Hollow Road here in Ross County. That's where my sister-in-law lives on Happy, and my brother-in-law lives there too, and some other relations. Sports on the way, and high school sports may be changing the way that we know it here in Ohio. Details coming up in just a bit. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for nearly 5 decades has been your trusted comfort advisor. They're always on target for your needs. You see the target they have there, the arrow going right into it. Well, that's because they care about the heating and cooling and plumbing issues you may have in your residence or your business. You want to find out more about what they do in their service territory, which is a big service territory. Check us out. Go to littermedia.com, click on this ad anywhere you see it there, and it takes you to AccurateHVAC.com.
Whenever I first applied for the ArchWiz opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
And we're just minutes away from announcing this week's Litter Media Petland Pet of the Week coming your way in just a bit. But first, let's take a look at sports.
Yeah, this came down the line yesterday. A lawsuit has been filed in Franklin County against the Ohio High School Athletic Association that could result in the emergency referendum vote by member schools on a bylaw that would allow high school student athletes to be compensated for their name, image, and likeness. If the membership votes in favor of a proposal, it would allow OSHA or OHSAA member schools to shape the bylaw instead of allowing a judge to do it.
Now, there is discussion at the summer meeting of the OHSAA, meeting with the media, and the commissioner comes in and he says, here's the deal. Either we can legislate it, the governor's office can legislate it, or someone in the courts can legislate it. It's a matter of who you would really want it to be done by. And he was kind of dragging his feet saying, I don't know if we're ready to go this route yet, but if we are, we better do it first before we're told to do it. And the unfortunate thing is this is an Ohio State recruit that is coming to Ohio State that is, I don't know, well, I doubt that he is the one that is putting the lawsuit together. It's probably his parents and his representation. So, and did he go to Huber Heights, was it?
He's still in school.
Yeah.
It's Huber Heights, Wayne.
Right, right. So, and I don't know if he's a junior or a senior. If he's a junior, maybe he's trying to get money ahead of time.
I think they said he wouldn't be committed to Ohio State until 27. So he's got another year.
Oh, so he's probably a sophomore. Yeah. So having said all of that, this may change the landscape in a big way. It may not mean a hill of beans. But then again, you know how money talks.
And we know what it's doing to the college game, and I'm just concerned about it. So.
Well, and we even discussed what about the potential for local businesses pulling their money together for an athlete to come to that school, which we kind of seen stuff. We've all suspected something like that kind of happens at times anyway, in some instances. But having said that, what's going to happen when we, for instance, try to go to an advertiser and they say, well, I'm sorry, my budget's being spent on making sure Johnny is over here playing quarterback for us.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to become an issue, I think, at some point in time.
It always has a ripple effect. You know, when you throw a pebble in the pond, there's always an effect. So we'll see.
All right, our Letter Media Game of the Week has Huntington at Adina. I don't think there's any NIL money involved in this game, but it's all for bragging rights, certainly. Huntington won it in double overtime last year, and now Adina is trying to keep Huntington from making it to the playoffs. They've all got something to play for in this one tomorrow night. And you'll be there with BJ Daly. I'll be there along with Aaron Glandon. We'll have all hands on deck for this SVC battle.
Unioto's Elliott Allsop is the SVC Boys Soccer Player of the Year, leading the Shermans with 24 regular season goals this year. Unioto sophomore is one of 6 Shermans named All-Conference. The Goalie of the Year honor goes to Gabe Cox of Westfall, with Coach of the Year honors to Shane Matthey of Unioto. Now on the girls' side, Aidyn Danison repeats as the SVC Player of the Year, but this year has to share it with Kyleigh Mercurio of Westfall. Danison, as we said, repeated the honor for Player of the Year. She has 15 goals, but their season ended last night. We'll tell you more about that here in just a moment. This year's Goalie of the Year is Jillian Matthey of Unioto, and Coach of the Year is Jeremy Clark, also of Unioto. Jumping into the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard last night. We'll start with soccer because we just kind of illuminated a little bit on that. Girls soccer season came to a close for Unioto. They lost to Miami Trace 4-0. Fairfield Union, Marietta over Jackson. Sheridan beat Athens. Staying with soccer on the girls' side, Circleville beat Logan Elm 3-1. Fairland over Waverly. Hillsborough beat New Lex. Ironton over Rock Hill. Gallia Academy blanked South Point. Girls Division 5 winners, Valley over Westfall. Fairfield Union shut out Piketon. Eastern Brown in overtime over Minford. Another overtime saw Lynchburg Clay beat North Adams 1-0. And on the boys' soccer side, this is all out of the Central District. Tays Valley beat Licking Heights in OT. Big Walnut over Logan, and Bloom Carroll beat South. Volleyball winners last night, Division 5, Adina, Zane Trace, Huntington, Southeastern, Westfall, Piketon, Wheelersburg, New Lex, Minford, Chesapeake, Alex, as in Alexander, North Adams, and up in the Central District, Groveport, Madison beat Fisher Catholic. And that's all of the winners. You can find all of that on our Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School Tournament scoreboard at littermedia.com.
High school tennis tonight?
No, that's tomorrow.
Okay.
Coming up tomorrow, Waverly's Claire Morrison will be in singles play down at Mason's Linder Center. And we didn't have a photo with only the 2 participants. The gal in the middle, she's not
That's Sadie.
Yeah, Sadie. She's the singles player that didn't get there. The gals on the outside, that's Margot Lewis and Mackenzie Welch. They'll be in doubles play also at Mason tomorrow. And we'll have all that information also on our Haynes Total Healthcare Center scoreboard once we get the update, probably sometime tomorrow afternoon.
A much shorter trip to Mason than it is to Worcester.
I'd think so.
Ohio. Major League Baseball playoffs, and we're talking about the American League Championship Series. The Blue Jays clobbered Seattle last night, 13-4.
5 home runs.
Amazing. Game 3 with the Mariners leading 2-1. So that's Game 3. Game 4, is it tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
And the Dodgers
and Brewers are playing in L.A. tonight. Right. And nobody cares about that because they'll be watching the Bengals and Steelers, right? Because look at these two old guys here, Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco. Aaron being 41, Joe being 40. It's the first time since Drew Brees and Tom Brady. They're calling this the Icy Hot Bowl.
I like that.
Taking place. So, and it was a Football Forever is the site that this came from. And I don't know that Joe's beard is actually that gray, but I think they kind of touched that up a little bit.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But at any rate, they made the point. And so congratulations to both of those geriatrics, I guess we could say.
Get him a rocking chair.
Yeah. We remember when they broke into the league.
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Coming up in a moment, our Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week and this date in history on the way.
Litter Quality Propane. You know, there's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Quality Propane today about their metered gas service. That's litterpropane.com.
Each weekend this October, Sugarloaf Mountain Amphitheater transforms into Haunted Mountain. Try to find your way out of the escape room. Traverse the spine-chilling scares along our haunted trail. And each night at 7:15, the Mothman Experience begins on the main stage with It Flies by Night. Or bring a lawn chair and enjoy a free showing of our scary movie series on our giant projection screen in the parking lot. See our movie schedule and secure your spot for the Mothman Experience at hauntedmountain.org through Halloween night.
Mark came to the Aidyn Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Aidyn, we do what we love, so you can too.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
It is time for us to reveal this week's Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. The name is, are you ready over there? Are you sleeping? He's awake.
This comes before the pie that we were just talking about.
Sandwich, officially known as Sandwich Provolone, was adopted from Ross County Humane Society and is about 1.5 years old. He's the goofiest, funniest, and most loving dog you could meet. His hobbies include barking at strangers, hanging out with his dog siblings, and invading personal space like it's his calling in life. Most animals do that, it seems. Sandwich is rarely seen without something in his mouth, and pillows, shoes, cushions, or clothes are all fair game. We don't think there's a single thought behind those big brown eyes, but somehow he's still the most entertaining dog in the house. His signature move is grabbing a squeaky toy, sitting completely still, and squeaking it over and over like he's performing in a concert you don't want to hear. That is Sandwich, this week's Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. If you have a pet to tell us about, please do so. Send your nominations in to littermedia@gmail.com. You can see all of the pets of the week so far for 2025 when you go to littermedia.com. Make sure you include a photo like we saw there of Sandwich, and also tell us about your pet as well. Congratulations to Sandwich.
That's the way we say it around our house.
You betcha.
Not a sandwich.
Give me a
it's
sandwich. Yeah, but just say it there at Sandwich's house, and he's going to be on your lap, buddy. He'll be right there to join in on it. All right, this date in history, we go back to 1846.
Stepping into the dentist chair. Were you just there?
I was a week and a half ago.
Okay. Modern anesthesia is born when dentist and physician William T.G. Morton demonstrates ether. So this would have, but gas, that's not true. I'll explain that in a minute.
Okay, please do, because I was going to go with a gas tank.
For the first time during a public surgery at Massachusetts General Hospital, not in a dentist chair, but in a hospital. His earlier efforts included stimulants, intoxication, opium, and mesmerism. You know what that is? Mesmerism?
Is that putting you to sleep?
Talking them to death. Now, ether. If you've ever watched some of like the MASH or war movies, whenever they ran out of the gas that was in anesthesia, they would put a metal screen over your face with a towel on it, and they would pour out of an ether bottle. So that's not like a gas mask like you would see, like you and I might have in a hospital. So I've seen him do that in some of the older movies. So maybe it was something like that instead of out of a gas ether tank or something like that.
Well, my dad worked for Burdett Oxygen back in the day. And so that's a quick oxygen tank there in green.
Okay.
But we were discussing about dental surgery and everything, and everybody was telling me, oh, no, I had the injection. So there's your injection of sodium pentothal, what I had when I had some teeth cut out back in the 7th grade. I was out for I don't know how long. Sodium pentothal makes you tell the truth, and my mom told me I cussed at the girls that were in there as I was coming to. I remember seeing a wall where I was supposed to be spitting into a bowl, the blood and everything is coming out, and on the wall, I had been spitting but missing and hitting the wall, and it was streaming down the wall. Yeah, I don't think I imagined that. I believe that was actually true.
Now, we just said that was 1846.
Yeah. For me, it was 1976. Yeah. So,
but remember Dr. John Harris, who started the dentistry school in Bainbridge? That was in 1827. So it's still another almost 19 years.
So what did they do back then? They knock you out? Literally knock you out?
What did they do? Did you just have to
grin and bear it?
Buck up and suffer or what? But you see the movie Don Knotts, Shakiest Gun in the West?
Oh, yeah.
He's a dentist. That's hilarious, that scene, yeah.
I remember Missy and I were going, when we lived in Columbus, she had a fear of going to the dentist. She doesn't have it anymore, but at that point in time she did. And the doctor comes in, or the dentist comes in, and I'm sitting there watching because I used to fall asleep in the dental chair when I was a kid. And so here I am watching this, and he comes in, she says, I'm so nervous. And he says, me too. And he's got the needle like this.
Thanks, Doc. Yeah.
That didn't calm her nerves at all. But some people have difficulty going to the dentist. And there's been a couple of times they haven't even numbed me up to work on my teeth. You ever had that experience?
To clean them, they don't.
No. But this was to do some little filling work just in these teeth right here. And when Doc Hander says, I don't think we need to numb you up, I'm like, okay. But then they did some dental work over here, and he said, I can count on my one hand how many people I have had to put so much Novocaine in on. Yeah. And it was me. It was great. And I told him, I said, well, I've always been abnormal.
I had not had a tooth pulled other than like having a wisdom tooth cut out for probably 20 or 30 years. Well, Dr. Whistler had to pull a tooth that was cracked so bad that he couldn't repair it.
Yeah.
That poor man. I have deep roots, and I had learned this. I told them ahead of time. This happened when the late Dr. Schaff, many people in Chillicothe remember Dr. Schaff from many years ago. He did this, and he was pulling and pulling. My head was jerking around. Well, the roots fused under the bone line, so he said, I'm going to have to send you. That's where I got the nitrous oxide. But this time, Dr. Whistler, he was really struggling to get this out. I actually felt bad for him.
So was this the day that you came in, you had bruises from your chest where he was standing on top of you pulling?
It almost felt like he was doing that. But, man, he would crunch that thing and do everything he could. He finally got it out.
Bring in the jackhammer, would you?
And I thought, I actually apologized to him, and I was the one that was suffering there. But I said, you're going to have to put in double time for this job. And he said, I'm thinking about it. So, yeah, not something you want to go through every day. But thank God for dentists.
Amen for that, yes. And we love our dentists. I don't know what we're going to do when they retire, you know?
Yeah. I do brush my teeth every day.
I guess I'll just have to expire in that respect. All right, I've got an appointment to get to, so gentlemen.
Not dentist.
No, it's not dentist. I've got to be out somewhere for a meeting here.
Hi, Christina.
And yes, hi to Chris Wolford, who's watching today. We appreciate that.
She's saying hi, guys.
She's getting beneficial news that she can use.
I thought maybe she was wanting a recommendation on a dentist.
Yeah. But tonight we are going to be streaming live the Fall Festival of Leaves Queens pageant. Our Aaron Glandon will be the man behind the screen. I'll be the one on screen with those darling 13 young ladies. Looking
you
forward.
You get the better gig of the two, I have a feeling.
Yes. But they're handing out scholarship money tonight, too, so that should be pretty cool as well. All right, thank you so much for watching. Back at it again tomorrow with another edition of Litter Media Live.